Great morning, holy brothers and sisters. Today is Tuesday, March 13th, the 26th of Adar, and today's Kitzur Likutei Moharan power-packed lesson. It is going to be called Mikvah Money. Depression results from the excessive struggle for and pursuit of wealth. This is the pollution of the snake, and through it, all of a person's limbs grow heavy, and his pulse, upon which his vitality depends, is weakened. The weaker the pulse gets, the heavier the limbs grow, which in turn weakens the pulse even more, until a person can literally lose his life through his preoccupation with making money, which is primarily the source of worry and depression. Definitely don't run after money, because we know God takes care of everything for us anyway, and the more energies we put into it, the more it's going to draw out from us. Through holy sighing, whereby a person sighs out of his longing to return to God, the pulse thereby regains its strength, vitality returns to him, and he is rescued from the depression caused by the struggle for and preoccupation with making a living. He also merits to attain high levels of knowledge and to receive words from heaven. The greater a person's knowledge, the easier his livelihood comes to him. Conversely, the more a person lacks understanding, the more he toils and struggles for his livelihood. The greater the prevailing level of understanding, the more peace is increased. This is because strife, anger, and cruelty all stem from a lack of knowledge. The more that knowledge increases, the more anger is nullified, and compassion, loving kindness, and peace are increased. Therefore, by engaging in Torah study, through which a person gains knowledge, anger is nullified, compassion and peace are evoked, and healing comes. Immersing in a mikvah saves a person from all troubles and purifies him from all pollution and sins, because mikvah invokes extremely exalted levels of knowledge and loving kindness. Furthermore, by immersing in a mikvah, a person merits an easy livelihood, healing, life, and longevity, and merits to arouse other people toward God. Strife and anger are also nullified, and he merits peace, compassion, and great knowledge. Immersing in a mikvah on the festival of Shavuot invokes exalted levels of loving kindness, great compassion, and wondrously sublime levels of knowledge. This is because Shavuot, the holiday, is identified with a highly refined, exalted, and sublime level of intellect, which is associated with an enormous loving kindness and compassion, since compassion is always directly proportionate to understanding, as we explained before. And Shavuot is the holiday, by the way, when we got the Torah. So fortunate is he who merits to receive the holiness of Shavuot, and particularly the mikvah on Shavuot that emanates from the 15th gate. For it is from the mikvah on Shavuot that holiness and purity are then drawn upon the Jewish people. Peace is a function of knowledge, while conflict is the opposite of knowledge. However, there exists such a thing as conflict for the sake of heaven, which is actually very great knowledge, even greater than the knowledge that brings peace. For this kind of conflict is actually great love and peace. In Egypt, when knowledge was in exile, there certainly did not exist anything like that. Any conflict was not for the sake of heaven, since this is a function of knowledge. Consequently, however, when the Jews were redeemed from Egypt through the agency of Moshe, who was the embodiment of knowledge, they then merited to attain the knowledge required for a conflict for the sake of heaven, which is actually the ultimate form of peace. May we all only come together for the sake of heaven. Any conflict that we have should be with purity, spiritual goals, and we should all exalt ourselves to get rid of anger and nullify our lust for money and focus our hearts and minds toward heaven. Thank God we got to learn together today, and we'll do it again tomorrow.